Well, g'day everybody and welcome to another episode of Fishing with Fergy. It's squid time again. So I'm at Port Welshpool. The squid have been going really good here. Probably today they won't, now that I'm here trying to get them, but the last few weeks we've had cracking sessions on them. Got a very light wind at the moment. It's only about 2 or 3 knots. We're pretty much on the slack tide, so I'm just waiting for that tide to start running in. It's the bottom of the tide at the moment, so I'm in about 3 metres of water, working the banks here at the end of the along Snake Island. And let's see how we go, see if we can catch a few squid. Technique's pretty simple. I said at the moment I'm in 2.5 metres. I've got a red foil jig on because I love red foil if you don't know that already. I've just cast that ahead of my drift. I'm going to let that sink now for about 8 seconds because I'm in 2.5, 2.7, so 8 to 10 seconds. Most of these jigs sink at about 4 seconds per metre. That is a very good hint. So I'll let that sink. I'm about that sort of 8 seconds now. I'll wind up my slack, give it a whip. Let it sink for 3 or 4 seconds again. Same again, repeat. And you may notice, I don't actually move this hand, it stays on the reel. So when I wind, I do that, this hand stays static, and if you watch what happens there, it actually winds the reel for me as I do the whip. So I'll give it that little dart and collect the slack line, let it sink again, pick it up, repeat, cast, repeat, cast, repeat, until you find them. Out the back, I've got a sleeper, which looks like it's either snagged or it's got a squid. It's got a squid on it. There you go. Oh, I just dropped it. So I open the bail arm, let that back down. Mine's got tangled on the rod. So that shows the squid are here, which is a good start. What have I got here? Oh, whoa, the sleeper's going nuts. This right here in my hand is on as well. Double hook up, live on film. Oh, I dropped the one out the back again. So I've dropped 2 on the sleeper. While I was messing around with that sleeper and left this rod static in the water, a squid come and climbed on it. The sleeper's on again. This is good. They're here. Get this one in. Not gonna muck around. Beautiful squid, straight in the bait tank. Pick up this one, make sure it's still tight. Oh, that's a good squid. I'm happy to leave that for a second because I want to get, tangled. I'm just going to try and put that other jig back in the water. Now I can take care of the sleeper. How's that for a start to a show, eh? Still doing the intro and get a double hook up on calamari. That sleeper's going to go, I reckon. You know, they're not huge squid. Don't ink me. Ah, he's inked the side of the new wrap. So another squid here. And the sleeper's on again. Just going to keep the camera rolling. Who knows, I might end up bagged out and the show's already hasn't even started yet. Oh, I'm tangled around my rod tip. I'm in a hurry. All right, still got him? Yep, still got that squid. So how cool is that? Live on camera, first minute and a half of the show, and we've got 3 squid in the box already. I was thinking I was only going to spend probably 2 hours on the squid. I might only have to spend about 20 minutes on the squid. And then I might go snapper fishing, eh? All right, put this one back out the back again. Take a breather. How cool is that? When the calamari is on like that, it is so cool. Let's see what's happening here. So that's clean. So I've got 2 options. I can cast there or I cast back out the back because that's where I just caught all those squid. I'm casting back out there. There'll be more squid here, but they are a pack animal. When you find 1 or 2 or 3 really quickly like that, there will be more. I reckon that sleeper's getting hit. It was doing some funny thing. It looked like it was getting hit. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, there you go. That's the start of the show. I hope that's what it's going to be like. I'm happy to catch and release squid. I'm going to spend a couple of hours here. I keep thinking that rod's going. The heart's going a bit now. I'm a bit excited. I've got ink everywhere. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to clean all this up. Leave the rods in the holders as sleepers for the moment. As you see, sleepers are working well. So back with you shortly. Thanks for watching. All right, just cleaned up that mess. And a couple of casts later, got a squid on. Let's see if the sleeper goes as well, eh? This is going to be a cracking squid session by the looks. Oh, it's over a dolphin or a shark. That didn't look like a dolphin's fin, that looked like a shark's fin. There is, there's a shark swimming around the back here. I'll get this in, I'll try and get that on film. Oh, see that for a catch of the century, eh? I get a game with the Australian cricket team doing that. I've got ink everywhere, snot. There's a fin out the side here. I'm just going to get the other camera. Better it goes now. Where was it? There was a fin swimming on the surface out here. There's a shark in here. Where's it gone? Of course, by the time I get a camera ready, it's disappeared. That's pretty cool. There was dolphins here earlier. That was no dolphin fin. That's a shark fin. Only like 2 meters of water, and there's a shark fin. That's cool stuff. I love this joint. People ask, why do I go to Welshpool so often? It's stuff like this, mate. Sharks, dolphins. You can get that everywhere, but this joint is just so full on. There is so much life here. There we go. Sleeper's on. Oh, sleeper just got hit and let go. Give it a jiggle. There you go. On. Another squid on there. So I saw the rod tip get hit and it let go of it, so I gave it a bit of a jiggle and he came back. All right, still looking for that shark. I want that shark to come back up. All right. They're not the world's biggest squid, but they're good bait ones. Excuse my mess here, guys and girls. You just want to get back in the water. Ink everywhere. Quick cleanup. How cool's the start to the morning, eh? Squid going nuts, sharks swimming on the surface. This is cool bananas. Geez, I'm glad I got up early this morning. Oops, that sleeper just going again. There you go. I haven't stopped the camera, no trick photography, no magic of TV. And while that's there, I'm just going to open the bail, let this other jig fall back down there. Every chance it'll get hit by one of his mates. This one I'm going to let go. He's not a very big squid. Typical Port Phillip Bay. Let him go and breed. Let him grow a bit more. When you're catching them like this, you don't need to be keeping that many of them. I can be a little bit selective about what I want to catch. Oh, covered in weed, that one's not going to catch a squid. All right, so the gear of choice today, little 2500 Shimano, that's a Nasky. That's probably about 6-year-old, that reel. Really good little reel, beautiful smooth drag. And this one here, what have I got? I've got the atomic whiting tip in the 6-14. I like the whiting tips for squid. They're actually really good. That little bit longer, that sort of 7'2", 7'3". The action on them on calamari is brilliant. I do like them. They throw a 3.5 jig nicely and they work it well. There you go, sleeper just got a hit. That's getting a hit. That or it's hitting the bottom, one of the two. Must be hitting the bottom. So that's the gear of choice today. The whiting tip rods, not just for King George whiting, they're very good for squid as well. No follows, have a look behind. Still a bit early for the sunnies. I haven't got the sunnies on yet. It's still not enough light for that. So, not many boats. There's a lot of boats at the ramp. Everyone's up chasing snapper at the moment. Got snapper fever. That's later. That's another show. All right, just come back and redid that drift. It got a little bit quiet. So I come back over. First cast, I'm on. Good follower, Graham. G'day, Graham. How are you, mate? Just sent me a message going, Fergy, any squid? We couldn't get any this morning. So I've just said, mate, they're on. He's on his way over here at the moment. I said, come and get some, mate. They're here. So you always got to help out your crew, help out our friends and followers. Another little squid, not a real big one. I'll put him in a tank, but he'll probably get upgraded later, I reckon. So yeah, what you do is use your track line. So when you do get onto the squid and you get a few like that, and then it goes quiet, go back and do that same drift again, because they are a bit of a pack animal. That they will hunt in big packs and they'll be in a big area congregating, breeding or whatever they're doing. So that's a little hint. So when you find them, you always have your tracks on your plotter, because if you are getting your squid, you can go back over that same drift. Zoom right in, try and put yourself back on the same drift as best as possible. Oops, that sleeper just got a hit. Give it a jiggle, jiggle. See what happens. Might just be dragging the bottom, or it might be having a little squid follower giving a little touch up. Beautiful clean water, 2.5, 3 meters of water. Can see the bottom. Yeah, that jig's dragging the bottom by the looks of that, a bit shallower for it. So anyway, I hope that hint helps people at all. Get out and catch some squid, guys and girls. Oh, I think that rod going like this beside me means there's a squid on it. Oh, look at that. It thinks it's a helicopter and it's doing spinning. You do all that spinning out there, because that's when you make a big mess. Another little one, not big squid. Some of them have been quite good. Some of them are a bit small like this one. Once again, can go in a tank for the moment. They're staying alive in that tank. So if I do get some better ones, I can always release them. Put the sleeper back at the back and see what's on this one. Nothing. Cool. Just missed a hit on the sleeper, so I'm just giving it a little jiggy jig just to see if it'll come back. Sometimes just giving that sleeper that bit of extra movement will get him to come back. Not so far, we'll see what happens. Give it a moment, he might come back onto that. He's following, he's seen it. It's now falling back in front of his nose. He thinks he's heard it and killed it. That'll often bring him back. The weed on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop this jig back out there and let it sink, putting a fresh colour back in front of his nose. See what happens. And I'll check this jig, make sure I haven't got weed on it. A little bit of weed. Definitely was a squid that hit it though. Beautiful weed beds here, 2.5 meters of water. Weed beds here everywhere, clean. That's either a very big squid or a lot of weed, but it's doing some pulsing in my hand. That is a big, I don't think it's actually, this could be a flathead or something. I don't think this is a squid. And if it's a cuttlefish, I've never caught a cuttlefish at Wellspool. What have I got? What the hell have I got? Ha ha! Wait till you see this thing. What is this? Oh, I know what it is, but I can't remember. I foul hooked it. I think a stargazer. I'm pretty sure this is what they call a big stargazer. And if I'm correct, I think they're actually quite poisonous. I'm not going to bring it out of the net. That, I'm pretty sure, is a big stargazer I just caught on a squid jig. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to send me a message if you actually know what that thing was. But if it is a stargazer, I'm happy to be wrong, but I think they're quite a toxic spike on them. So that went back. I didn't think it was a squid. It was too much weight and it was shaking its head. Cool bananas, catch everything on squid jigs. All right, come back and did that drift again. Gone off them, it went quiet. Second cast back on the same drift and I'm on. Not a big one again. A lot of smaller squid around. But, you know, they're one of those species, big and small. We love them all. Oh, what have I got? That's not that bad, actually. Don't squirt my new wrap. You go in the bait tank. All right. Just putting a bit of scent on the jig. I haven't had any scent on the jig this morning. It does help, particularly when it is tough. And I'm certainly not saying this is a tough session on the squid. But sometimes the scents do help. Some people say squid can't smell, they can't taste, all this stuff. But you know what? The scent seems to help, particularly in the days that are tough. The sleeper's getting a hit at the moment. Something's having a go at that. Oh, well, there you go. I put some scent on, as you saw. I cast it out, and I'm on straight away. This is a good squid. It's got a bit more weight to it. So does scent work? Well, I don't know if it does or doesn't, but that just worked. You saw me. I put a bit of scent on the jig. I cast it out. About 8 seconds later, I was on. Oops. This is probably the squid of the morning. I might almost net this one. Oh, he's got it pretty good. This is a good squid. Oh! You know, I said I might net this one. Well, I bloody should have, because I just dropped that squid, pulled the jig out of it. Oh my God, and that was a good squid. That was about 34, 35 centimetre hood. That was the squid of the morning, and I just lost it right next to the boat. You know what that means? Get back out there, catch another one. Oh, that's gut wrenching. That was a big squid. Well, as you can see, I've got my life jacket on because I'm solo, and that's the law in Victoria. Not just is it law, it is common sense. If you are solo, always have your life jacket. You might be wondering, what's this thing here in the middle in this little baggy thing? That's a PLB, a personal locator beacon, or a personal EPIRB is another way of putting it. Why have I got one of those on there? Well, I'm solo. If I go overboard, I don't swim very good. Yeah, the life jacket's going to help me float and get, you know, drift around till I'm saved, hopefully. But this, open that up, bang, straight to Canberra. Within a couple of minutes, Coast Guard will be alerted. Peter Ferguson is in the water. He's at this GPS location. Go and save his ass because he wants to be saved. So 300 odd bucks, get yourself a PLB, put it on a little bag. That's actually a camera case, and that just clips onto my life jacket like that. So when I'm solo, not only am I wearing my life jacket, but I have a personal locator beacon attached to me at all times. My wife and son, they want me to come home. So make sure you take care of yourself and do a lot of safety like that, everyone. I just looked over, I just cast out the front. I said the sleeper tip, just do this, and then it just buckled over. Nice squid. Different colour there, I just changed this to a pink, bright pink. Got him. Once again, not a monster. In the tank, get that jig back in the water. Hopefully, he's got a mate out there, so I just cast that back out behind where I was and start working the one from the front. Ink everywhere. Got me nice new pretty wrap on it. It's a maiden voyage with the new wrap, and it's covered in ink already. You know, good thing the wrap is black now, hey, to hide that ink. Get the deck wash, give that a clean. Another squid on. The good wife, oh, had a squid on and I just dropped it. The good wife just called me, I was talking to her, next thing the rod's going, woo, my arm. I'm like, sorry babe, gotta go, there's a squid on. Squid's important, I've gotta catch this squid. And I just dropped it, bloody hell. Give it a whip, let it sink. Hopefully, that squid's probably gone because it felt the pressure of the hooks, but maybe its mate's there. Hopefully its mate's there, but nah. So Penny, you were a good luck charm and you were a bad luck charm at the same time. Arrgh, not happy Jan. Cast back out into the same area. That had a bit of weight to it. That was a good squid too. See if I can catch his mate. So I'm just talking to Graham. Hey Graham, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
Graham's one of the followers of the show. Graham wasn't getting a squid this morning, were you, mate? So he asked me where I was. I come over. I'm just saying g'day to him, and what's happened? Squid's on, Graham. Hooked up, mate. Hooked up live while I'm talking to Graham. So, Graham, shout out to Graham. I guess give you a wave, mate. You'll say g'day when you're on the show, mate.
Yeah, too easy, buddy.
All right, mate. Good luck catching some more squid. I'm going to net this one.
Cheers, bud. See you, mate.
So, this one's getting netted. I dropped the last good one. I'm not dropping this one. Oh, no. Graham, that's what you helped me catch, mate. You're a bit of a good luck charm. There you go. Put him in the tank with the others. Get the jig back in the water. It happens when you're on the phone all the time. As you saw, I was on the phone to the good wife, hooked up. On the phone to Graham, hook up. I swear me mate Billy Dacus, every time Bill calls me, he catches a big snapper too. I reckon there's times that Bill just calls me because he hasn't had a bite. It happened the other day, he called me 3 times. 3 times I'm on the phone and I hear a drag scream in the background and he catches a bloody big snapper. So I'm his good luck charm. Bill, I'm not answering the call during the comp, mate. You're on your own. Crazy, I just wound the jig in flat out and 2 squid just followed me straight up. So I've just caught one. I'm just trying to get his mate on the sleeper. I was just about to give up. I thought, done here, and I wound it in flat out and 2 decent squid come screaming up behind the jigs. I got one of them. His mate's still there. His mate's under the boat, just down there right now. I'm just free spooling it down and got his mate, just like that. Look at that. That is how you catch squid. Oh, pulled the jig on it. Wonder if he'll come back. He's hungry. How's that? I've just pulled the jig out of him and I've just put it back in the water and he came back and re-ate it. He's a hungry squid. He certainly wanted that jig. Oh! He's just squirted ink everywhere. It's on the side of the camera. Ah, that squid there. So the 2 of them chased that jig up when I wound it in flat out. And then I managed to catch them both and I caught that one twice. How crazy is that? God, I love squid fishing. I got a mess and a half. I've got ink everywhere. I'll be back with you in a moment. I think I'm going to clean this boat up a bit. What a mess. How much fun is squid fishing? Bring the kids out, have a ball, the kids, the wife, the whole family. Get out here, catch some squid. Sorry if people say, geez, Fergie, you show too many squid shows, but it is fun. It's accessible for everybody, and the kids, the whole lot can do this. It's awesome. It's one of the best forms of fishing we have in Melbourne, I reckon. I had him, I dropped him, I caught him again. I just saw this very slight bend on the, I dropped him again. Jeez, he's finicky, this one. See if he'll come back. That's twice he's had hold of that jig. I can still see him. Water clarity's brilliant. He's still down there. Had him on twice and dropped him twice. He was just grabbing it with one tentacle. He's going to bring the other jig in and put it back there. Slightly different colour. And might get him to take it. There you go. That's it. That's again. Whether that's the same one or another one, who knows? I lost sight of it, but back on. Similar size to the one that I dropped twice. Oh, that one there. Okay. Ah, in the tank. Squid is still going. Slowed down a bit as the tide's going. We're sort of mid-tide now. They are a very tide-orientated creature and you do get them more on around the tide changes. So I'm about to pack up here in a minute and go chase some snapper, I think. Okay, just a little thing just so for anyone who's thinking, geez, Fergie's keeping a lot of squid. What you're not seeing is when I actually turn the camera off, I've counted what's in this bait tank a few times and I've been keeping it at about that 8. So when I'm at sort of 8 squid, I get in there, there's a 9th, I release them. They're keeping alive in the bait tank. Yes, I've caught about 15 or 16 squid so far this morning. I've kept 8. This might be number 9, because I'm about to go snapper fishing. And just there, as you saw, I was just working that jig and I'm hooked up. So don't worry, I'm not taking over my bag limit. I'm fishing responsibly. This one here, what I can even going to do with this one? Oh, hey! Oh, you bugger. I was going to let that one go even. He just squirted my boat in ink. You know what? Live and let live. Straight back in the water. He's coming back for the jig. Are you serious? I released it and I looked down and he's swimming around the jig like he wanted to eat it again. I'm just going to leave that jig down and see if I can recatch that same squid again. See how hungry he actually is. Oh my God, I got ink everywhere. What a session. So yeah, that's about, I think that's 16, maybe even 17 squid. I've kept 8. So I'm releasing them. So what I've been doing, every sort of 10 squid, sort of 8 or 10 squid, I count what's in the bait tank. Oh, I've got 9 or 10 in there. Let a couple go. I've kept myself at 8. So if I do get a couple of nicer, bigger ones that I want, I'll keep them as well. But they're really good bait sizes. So that's a good thing. It's I can see a squid down there at the moment. Maybe he'll come and grab that sleeper. But what I'm going to do now, I hope you've enjoyed that show so far. I'm going to go and see if I can convert a couple of these calamari into a nice big snapper. Stay tuned. Hopefully we're going to see a big snapper come from one of these fresh squid. Well, what a crazy session on the squid. About an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes on the squid, and I would have caught 20 calamari. I've kept my bag at 10. Good that I was able to call Graham in. They were struggling. They got a few squid as well. Thanks, Graham, for taking some video of the boat for me as well. So I hope everybody's enjoyed that show. I've had a cracking time on the squid at calamari. Thanks for watching.